Uncharted Waters Origin. Set in the 16th century, the game appears to successfully capture a romanticized ideal of this time period, with sailing ships, pirates, wars between major European nations, and many famous historical characters. I will definitely be checking this game out when it releases, but as an MMO, it comes with all the potential problems of this type of game. When it comes to game progression, multiple in-game currencies and balancing and so on. So, personally, I prefer games with a one-time payment, while MMOs are typically either subscription-based or free-to-play. So, I guess we'll have to see how it ends up, but it certainly looks interesting so far. Well, it took me a little more than 1 year, but eventually I got around to taking another look at this game. It is now time to give it a more detailed review, and with, according to Steam, close to 500 hours of game time, I have a lot to say. Let's start with the pirate review. So, in a pirate review, we look at, are there any pirates? This is really a given, but we include this point anyway for the sake of completeness. Are the pirates opponents, playable, or something else? How is the visual representation of the pirates? Is it consistent with popular fiction, or does it use a different style? Are the pirates actually pirates that commit acts of piracy, or do they only look the part? And finally, our new point. Do the pirates have a just cause, or are they just looking for money and mayhem? Let's start at the top. Are there any pirates? Yes, there are. Uncharted Waters Origin is not really a pirate game. It is more of an Age of Sail, exploration, trade and combat game. But it has pirates. Lots and lots of pirates. Second point. Can you play as a pirate? Yes, you can. There are several pirate characters among the so-called admirals you can play as, some available for free, while others require payment. There are also friendly pirate NPCs and pirates that show up in missions. In addition to this, there are the generic pirate enemy ships that are almost everywhere. There are somewhat more powerful named pirates that can appear on the map, and various guild and world boss enemies. Third point. How is the visual representation of the pirates? I would say very good. The game clearly takes inspiration from how pirates are represented in popular fiction. There are some generic pirate character designs, in addition to very unique designs for some named characters. All very good. However, for the pirates that are most commonly encountered while sailing, there is some reuse of character designs that were likely not originally meant to be pirates. Of these, my favorite is probably what I think of as the Guitar Lady. And while she does not appear to be very fright-inducing at first sight, the thought of the last thing you see while your ship is being sunk is her playing the guitar while laughing and smiling is simply terrifying. Fourth point. Acts of piracy. Yes, you can be a proper pirate and commit acts of robbery on the high seas. Without going into spoilers, the storyline of the free pirate character I have played as has attacking other ships as part of story missions. You can also do this during normal gameplay. The cost of piracy is worsening relations to the nation the ships you attack belong to, but there is a disguise mechanism in the game to reduce the negative effects of this. On the PvP servers, you can also attempt to attack other players. Fifth point, just cause. Yes, at least in the story of Catalina Ranzo, the protagonist is a hero-like character seeking justice. For the other pirate characters, I do not know, but from the descriptions, there might be a variety of motivations for being a pirate. So, what is the conclusion? Well, If you are looking for a game where you can be a pirate, then this seems like a good alternative. Okay, so here we are in part 2 of this video. And this is going to be less structured than the first part, but before we get going, one short summary of my feelings on this game, and that's if you think it looks interesting, rather than watching the rest of this video, I would recommend just trying it out. It's possible to play at least some of the Admirals for free, and it's a couple of hours of entertainment. Just focus on the simple systems in the game, and you'd probably have an entertaining time. It's free, so there's no large investments in trying it out. And I had some memorable moments when I first played it, such as when I tried to sail for the first time to the Caribbean, and I didn't know if I had enough food and if I should turn back or if it was too late to turn back. And eventually reaching the Caribbean, that was fun the first time I played it. And part of this game is about exploration, so in general, the less you know about it, well, the more fun you'll probably have trying it out. But of course, a drawback of this game is that well, it is a free-to-play game, and with this comes various problems. I think it probably would have been a better game if it was a one-time payment game, but it is what it is, so we will just have to live with that. And the rest of this video, most of the rest of this video will be me talking a little bit about my experiences with this game for, well, it's now been some time since I recorded the first part of the video, so I'm getting close to 900 hours of playtime in this game. It should be noted that a large part of this time is simply the game playing itself, since I have mostly been playing it as an idle game, but still I have gotten some experience with the game, and I think I thought I'd talk a little bit about my experiences and what you can expect. And so the thing about free to play games is that it's usually divided into 3 parts. I haven't really played free to play games that much, so I can't really say I have very much experience with them, but apart from this one. But from my impression is that you usually have first one type of content in the game that is easily accessible, even if you don't pay any money or don't do any grinding of significant even if you don't pay any money or do any significant amount of grinding. So this is the part that is enjoyable by everyone and easily accessible. And then you have a part of the content that is primarily enjoyable by those that pay money or that are willing to spend lots of time grinding in the game. And then you have this zone in the middle where you are gradually starting to feel that if you want to progress, you will have to spend more time grinding or gradually start to pay a little bit here and there to make things easier. And how this division of the content is will usually depend on the game. So if you have like this, you have a third of the game that is easily accessible, and a third where you have uh, feeling the grind, and one third where it's not as accessible unless you pay money. But I guess you can also have games like this where the free amount of content is very small, and like this where most of the content is easily accessible. Of course, the paying customers for these games are those that can enjoy this part of the content. Uh, so the game will mostly be catered to those with the hope of getting those that are here and gradually going into this part to also start paying money. So this illustration here is meant to not necessarily reflect this game, but uh, free-to-play games in general. But of course, this division also applies to this game. And what I thought I'd talk a little bit about is whether the content I have played falls into this category, whether I'm starting to get into this category, or whether it's probably in this category. And since I have not spent any of the paid for currency in game, what I have experienced is mostly content that fall into this region here. So content that is easily accessible or that is enjoyable even if you have to do some grinding. This type of content that is falls into this category, I haven't played at all, so I have no experience with that type of content. I also haven't really gone into some other parts of the content, but I'll get into that as we go along. So this is basically what I think you should expect if you play a free-to-play game, that there is some content that is freely available, and I guess it can be seen as an appetizer, and then there's content that will try to get you to pay, and then there's content that is only accessible if you pay. So let's go back into the game, and one of the relevant detail is that I have been playing on the normal Pacific Ocean Asia servers, and these are PvP servers. I don't really think that has anything to say. I haven't experienced any PvP activity. I don't think I've ever been attacked by other players, and I haven't attacked other players. So these servers being PvP has not impacted my play time in any way. You have quite a lot of protection from attack, so I'm not quite sure what would be required to actually be attacked. Possibly you need to be targeted by a group of more than one player. I'm not quite sure how that works out in practice, but then there was also some other reason for why I selected this server, and this was related to some differences in settings for the European or North American and Asian servers, and I don't know if this is still the case, but regardless, what I have experienced is playing on this type of server. So the other servers I don't have any experience with. So just to clarify that. So if you just jump into the game here, So here we are in London, and I am playing as this admiral, and it's what I've been doing from the start. And now you can have a companion also. That wasn't possible in the beginning. But let's see now. So one significant limiter of content you can access is company level. It serves as a way to limit the content they can access in a quite significant way. And if you look at the map here, you can see that this map is divided into different zones based on the company level. So these are accessible regardless of company level, and then you have some company level where you need to have level 18 to access this area, and then it gradually increases as you go along to the east here. And I am company level 57, and that means that I can access quite a lot of the map. So we have level 30, level 34, level 27, level 40. And then there are some areas such as yes, and then some areas where you have company level 99 as a limit, and that's quite some distance away. But I can access most of the map based on company level, but there are also some other criteria, such as you have seaworthiness, and my company has around 120, but if you see some of these locations that I haven't been to, you require a higher amount of seaworthiness or some other uh, categories, such as ice breaking, and my fleet has ice breaking of 30. So these are areas I haven't been to, and you can see that I have primarily been in this middle area of the map here. So we can have a look at how my company level has progressed, and this is based on the number of hours that I have played, and this is the company level. And initially it increases quite quickly, so I got to around level 40 within less than 100 hours, and after this the progress regularly falls off. So I would guess I will probably be able to reach company level 60 if I continue playing as I do now, but level 99, for example, seems like it's out of reach. And most likely this is something that I could reach if I used the store and got some accelerators for XP or not, even though that's not something I haven't actually verified, but still the level increase goes quite slow, so it's difficult to reach the higher levels. So you can say that when it comes to company level, I am clearly in this area here. It's the initial part level increase goes quite quick, but at this point, if you are not doing anything more than just playing the game, the progress is quite slow. Of course, you should mention that the time is what is reported by Steam, and you can play this very much offline, so you can have the fleet go to some kind of location, and I can say that they can go here, for example, and then log out, and the ship will just continue traveling to the place that I have marked without me being online. And this means that you can get XP without actually being having the game running. So the the hours that can be seen in this figure here are not necessarily reflective of all types of gameplay. And I haven't, in most of the time I played, I've not really tried to grind this company level up. So if you are playing very efficiently with this as a goal, I assume it's possible to achieve this in a fewer amount of hours than actually was the case for me. So this should be taken as example of how this progress can go, and not necessarily as how it needs to go. But the main point here is perhaps that after you reach level 40, the time investment required for increasing the company level falls quite significantly. So, and along with this comes the ability to explore the map. So I have clearly not focused so much on this. You see all these places around here where I haven't been, and I haven't fully explored this area and the area around here. And part of the reason for why I have not done this is that I think some of the admiral characters, um, like this one, are explorers. This one also, I think he has as a goal to go around the earth or something. So I have been thinking that some parts of the map and exploring some parts of the map is perhaps more entertaining if it's done as part of a storyline rather than me simply going around and just trying to uncover all parts of the map. So I could probably have gone to quite a lot more of this map than I actually have done, but still I have been to large parts of the world. You see all Europe, or at least most of Europe is limit of ice breaking when you get up here. I think perhaps there was a company level limit also at some point. Yes, company level 40. So, but I have a higher level now. So now what limits my access to this area is seaworthiness and ice breaking and so on. And that's something I haven't really looked into at all. So my fleet isn't really optimized for that type of travel. So I have mostly been traveling around Europe to the Caribbean, and then down here and to China or India mostly. And I would say that when you get to let's see, when you get to this here company level 30, you can earn money quite easily, and 30 is it's less than 100 hours. So that's fairly simple to achieve, and then just travel back and forth here, and you can have these sailing routes that you can define so that you can have the ships stop by multiple towns along the way so that you can fill up water and food and so on. And these you can just set these routes, have the ships travel from here to here, and then log out, and then before the ship travels, you buy lots of stuff, and then when you reach the destination, you sell it, and this way you can fairly easily earn lots of money. So at that point, earning money isn't really much of a challenge. So that's one important part of how you're leveling up, and then there is of course all sorts of other levels in the game. So you have all these mates and the main admirals, and they can level up based on XP and so on. And you see the max level here is same as the company level, so the company level also limits how much you can increase your levels in combat, trade, and adventure, trade, and combat. And yes, so I thought I'd take a little bit of look around this town here, just to show a little bit of what kind of mechanisms that you have in the game. And so here we have the harbor, and this is basically where you go to resupply. Can also buy crew here. And you have palace. This is usually mostly relevant for characters that are based in the country that this palace controls. So you can choose to immigrate, possibly. But there are some limits to this also. You can buy some tax waivers to reduce the costs of trading, and there are some there's a shop here for various stuff that you can purchase. But if you are connected to this country, so I'm playing as this character, and she's not British but Spanish, so I can't get any missions and so on from the palace, which I can if I go to the Spanish palace. And then we have the cathedral, which you can get some bonuses. So I haven't really used these much, but you can get these fairly low cost. So I probably would have been able to increase XP to a large extent if I had been more diligent in actually doing this. Then we have the bureau, which part of one of the mechanisms in the game where you basically can invest in various towns, but the towns you can invest in are also dependent on which countries control which towns and so on. So this is a town where I cannot invest, it seems. And there's also this mechanism for being the person that controls the town and is able to set tax rates and so on. That's something I haven't touched on at all, so I don't really know anything about how those mechanisms work. And let's have a look at the bank. Bank was something I used in the beginning a little bit. You put in some money and you can earn a small amount of interest. I did mostly since in the beginning there was a lot of time required to earn money, so I put in some money in an account just to ensure that if I lost everything, I would at least have something. But I haven't used it since. Perhaps I should have, but earning money is now so simple that it doesn't really seem like there's much point in it. And go to the shipyard. And here you can build ships and buy parts and so on for ships. And I'll talk a little bit about this later, but this is basically one of the, I would say, more significant game mechanisms. So there are lots of things you can build, and there are various levels for building these ships. And again, you have a limit to how advanced ships you can build and so on. But I'll talk about this a little bit later. But this is the kind of things you can do in the shipyard, and there are ways to modify the ships and so on. Quite a lot of complexity on the shipbuilding. And you have the inn, and yes, this is perhaps a good time to take this. So you can see that there are no mates listed here, and if you when you start a game, there will usually be 2 or 3 mates that can be picked up or can be hired from the inns, but those are limited in number, and at this point I have hired everyone, so you can see that I have quite a lot of these mates, and when I go to an inn now, I will usually find it empty. No mates to hire. Sometimes I think there's some RNG involved, so at a very small probability of there actually being some high level character there that I can hire, but that is very infrequent. So usually I meet no mates when I go to the inn. So it's a little bit lonely to go to the inns now, but that's the way it is. So for the mates, I have quite clearly reached this area here, perhaps even this area here. If I want to have some more mates, I need to go to the store and purchase a chest. And there are these mate chests, and that provide lower level mates, and those now really provide anything, since I probably have most of those that are available in the game. And then there are these ones that provide a high level or more rare mates, and also these now really provide me with anything. So by playing the game, doing dailies and so on, you can usually get some free coupons for getting these chests. And if I cash in 10 of these plus one bonus, 11 chests, I will maybe have one mate that I get. And if you look at what I think is the primary way of getting the the superior mate tickets is the monthly tasks, and you get 5 of these, meaning that if you do all the monthly tasks each month, it will take you 2 months to get um, 10 tickets, and if I buy 10 tickets, I will maybe get 1 new superior mate. So for these mates, I am clearly in this area here. I can purchase these chests, and those cost 400 for one, but it's 4,000 for one of these. That is likely to give me at least one character. So, and they are similar for items and various other things. So there are lots and lots of chests that are available. And if I pay money, I assume I can pay as much money as I want and then start getting chests to fill out the mates. But as you can see, I have quite a lot of mates, and most of them are not leveled up at all, so there is really no much point in trying to get the rest of them. So I sometimes get one new mate during events. For example, this character here, I got him during the latest event in the game, and similar with let's see now. Yes, because yeah, I have so many that it's difficult to find the ones I'm looking for. So so never mind. I have gotten some small number of mates from events, and so that's one way to get them. The main way I'm getting them now. And as you can see, there are levels associated with these. You have C mates, you have B classmates, A classmates, and these S classmates. So there is quite a lot of these, and in general, the lower the class, the fewer or less useful the character is. I would say in general, but I haven't done any micro optimization of my fleet and so on. So you can see it's quite a mix of all different levels in these initial mates, which are the ones that I use in the fleet that I have. So this is the different mates, and these also have levels, of course. So you can promote these characters, and then there are this image here, which denotes which level they are, and you can see that some of the ones at the bottom here, they are at the lowest level, while some of the one at the top have this highest level. But recently there was added another category, Transcendence, so you can probably continue to upgrade more or less infinitely, and you also have training, which you can do to add or improve the different characters. I haven't been able to do any training. As you can see, you have all these things that you need to have in order to be able to train, and you usually receive these in fairly low numbers, so it's spread out over time quite significantly. Same with promotion. You need to have these thingies. So you can spend probably an infinite amount of time on trying to level up and promote these different mates. And as you can, there's levels in addition to these promotion categories. So there's a lot of lots of numbers that can be increased. And for the admiral, you also have this title, and I'm an level 8 title of level 11, and to progress these, you need to have quite a lot of experience in these different categories, and then you need to do a story mission for the country that you are associated with. So I need perhaps 50,000 more of adventure fame before I can start a mission that will take me to level 9. And after this, there are still level 10 and level 11. So this is the only character that I have played, and I have spent all this time, and I only reached level 8. So this is also leveling that slows off quite significantly when you get up in levels. And of course, you have gear for the different characters, so you can. There's also quite a range of mechanisms related to leveling up gear and getting different types of gear and so on. So quite a lot of time that can be spent on these characters and improving them. And there are these admirals, which are the main characters that you play as, and I have played at this one the whole time, but there are also these 4 others that you can purchase without using the paid for currency. And getting the first one is quite simple, and getting all of them took a little bit more time, but this is fairly simple and achievable. And each of these have story mission associated with them, and when I have managed to either reach level 11 or giving up trying to reach 11, I will probably change to one of the other characters. But if you are only interested in leveling up a single character, you can spend obviously quite a lot of time doing this, since I still haven't reached max level for this character that I'm playing as all the time. And then there are these other characters that you have to purchase with the paid currency. And this is perhaps a good time to talk about this. So this is the paid currency, and at an early point of the game, you are offered to purchase 500 of these for around $1, which I did. I thought it was very useful to have at least some of them, but in the end, I haven't used any so far. So that basically means that the content that requires these gems have been inaccessible to me so far. And since I purchased 500 but have more than 500, that's because I have sold some stuff at the auction house, and you can earn a little bit of money doing this, but it's not very simple. So I haven't found any good way to earn lots of red gems from the market, even though I haven't really spent that much time trying to do so either. But if you want to play the stories of these admirals, for example, you have to have 5,000 gems. So this is quite a long step away from what I have. So you will probably need to pay up. And if you look at um, the cost of the currency here, you can have for around 250, you get 400. And so you'll have to fork out. This is perhaps around $10, I guess. So if you divide by this is the cost of a normal full game. So if you purchase this, you can perhaps have the story of two characters, one character for 5,000 and one if you have a few gems from the auction stop and so on. So it's quite expensive to purchase these gems, but of course this is a free-to-play game, so I guess they need to make back their money somehow. So let's continue going around this area. So you have item shop. This is quite significant. So you have you can buy some random items here. This is can be used by the mates, and these are level C and level D items, so they are not very good. And I think there's a small random chance for there being something better when you enter a shop, but basically this is not something that is very useful. Then you have these tools, which are very useful. So quite a few of these at the top here are necessary if you want to travel for a long distance, because if you travel longer distances, there's a chance of having some kind of catastrophic damage or problem that occurs, and then you need some of these to prevent this damage from sinking your whole ship. And I usually have around 30 or 40 of these different ones. And some of these here are for other things, but these fire sand and cleaning tool, rat poison, and so on are meant to prevent disasters. At the beginning of the game, I don't think you need to worry about this, but as you progress along, these become quite important. Then you have the black market, where you have some RNG based opportunity for purchasing a small number of items that are drip fed during the game, and you can sell your items and also your tools. And as you can see here, there are quite a lot of different stuff that you end up with. And as this is a free-to-play game, this is perhaps unavoidable. And for example, these are blueprints that you need to build ships, and you need to have a certain amount of these to build a ship. These are things you use to level up your characters, and you usually get a small amount of these every day. These are also used to level up the characters, and there are some character-specific versions of these, but also some general variants that can be used even if you don't have the specific number of these character-specific ones that you need to level up or promote your characters. Same with these. All these things here are used to train mates or to level them up in some kind of way. And then you have time savers. That's again a consequence of this being a free-to-play game. Some things such as learning skills and leveling up or building ships can take a lot of time, but you can purchase or use these to shorten that duration. I usually just sell these. And of course, you have, as in many of these types of games, a limited inventory size, so you can either add to the size of inventory by paying, I think it's blue gems, or you can aggressively sell off some things like this, such as these XP potions that you can use to level up your mates faster. I usually sell those also. Since I play this as idle game, I don't really need to level up, speed up leveling most of the time. So there are all sort of strange stuff, and this I think I used for various crafting and so on. These I used for a new mechanism that was added in the game. So they have this mini game where you can try to extract things from shipwrecks lying at the bottom of the sea and so on. And you have an enhancement mechanism where you can pay some blue gems, which you get part of gameplay to improve the tools that you have. And I think it's limited which of the items you have that can be upgraded and so on. And got the Union. This is where you get the missions. So limited, those are usually available during events. Now there's no event going on, so there's nothing here. These are typical daily part of what you would use for daily missions. So these adventure type missions are quite simple. You just travel to the location that is marked, and then you get this. These involve going somewhere and then investing some money, and these are combat missions that involve going somewhere and then fighting someone at this location. And these are make up the bulk of the missions that are random generated. You sometimes get some rare missions that are story missions, but most of the times the missions that you get are variations on this. And then you get some XP and some manual used to train mates and so on if you complete those missions. And you also, of course, have we looked at the monthly tasks earlier. You have daily tasks, which is, for example, completing one adventure request, which was what we looked at just now, getting some XP and then fishing a little bit. And depending on the type of, depending on the focus of the company that you are running, these daily tasks will differ slightly. So if you are combat focused, let's see, just take a look at this. So you can have focus. Now I'm in adventure focus mode. You can also have trade focus and combat focus. Reason I'm using this is that I am leveling up the adventure fame of this character. So to get more adventure fame, I am currently doing these adventure missions. And then you have weekly tasks, and again, this usually involves a combination of these and getting more XP and so on. And this is similar, so you do lots of various simpler tasks. So these are a big part of what you do, at least if you play the game regularly. And then we can go to Fortune Teller, which is somewhat peculiar location, but basically all the different actions related to this being a free-to-play game can be handled here, and then you have you can convert lower level contracts to high level contracts and so on. Similar for blueprints, you can convert low-level blueprints to high-level blueprints. And similar for this. And tokens, which are some kind of things you can get during an event, but which are not relevant after the event has finished. So here we have all the strange free-to-play mechanisms handled in one place. And that's basically most of what you can expect to find in a town. So let's just to show example of gameplay. Let's go to the market, which we haven't looked at yet, I suppose. So market is also a fundamental part of the game, so here you can sell and purchase goods. Let's just purchase some goods. Let's see. This one is not so expensive. This one not so expensive. So let's buy a little bit. Fill up a cargo. And sometimes we get a negotiation mechanism here where you can choose to negotiate in order to get the prices lower, but this didn't happen now. And so now we have something to trade. Let's also go to the union to pick up our quest. So let's see. Lisbon isn't so far. So let's exit this one. And then let's just travel there. And here we are out on the sea, and just stop a little bit. Here we have one of the many mechanisms in the game. So this is basically stargazing. So there are some places around the world where you can do these mini games, and they basically involve some kind of star sign. I have already done this one, but you usually need to find where these are and do some mini puzzle like this. And then we also have some other things. So fishing, this is typical fishing. You have various rods, different quality, and typical fishing minigame for the adventure focus. You need to do some of these every day. And of course, you have lots of fish to discover all over the world. And let's see. Fishing. So I have found quite a lot of fish, but not all of them. There are still lots of fish that I haven't caught. And for some, you can get a big fish reward if you manage to catch a big fish. Then you can get some gems for this. So, and there are similar things for treasure and artifacts, and some of these are connected to story missions that you find that you can get at these unions. Some are related to see this sea exploration thing, where you can sometimes there are things located usually on the coast that you can find. You can see there's one here, for example, Stonehenge, which I have found. And This one had a condition connected to it, and these are usually famous locations, Colosseum, and you have the pyramids down here, I think. Perhaps I haven't been able to find these. So they're all sort of these fun exploration things you can do. And then you have explore land, and this is somewhat peculiar thing, which is essentially RNG based. You have the characters go into land, and there's an animation like this, and there's a possibility of them returning with some kind of item. And these are mostly RNG based, so it's you can see this. I have found all the things that are discoverable here, and if you go around the map, there are different things that can be discovered, and I would say that this is a type of content that is found in this area for most of it, since I just get going around and finding these different locations. Same with the fishing. There are probably some rare fish in some parts of the maps that aren't easily accessed, but mainly as long as you can go to a location and is willing to spend enough time on watching this random animation, then that's content you can access. Whether that's very entertaining content or not, that's a different question. I haven't really engaged that much with the mechanism, but you can use it a little bit every day in order to gain these tools that are used to train the mates. So this land training bits, you have can do this 4 times daily in order to get these things that you need to level up the mates. And then there's some random chance of getting some kind of item that can be used either on the ships or to have the characters be more powerful. And then there's this salvage thingy, which was added recently, which is another mini game. And yes, so that's basically it. But let's continue to Lisbon. And as you go here, you can see all the other ships, and some of these are quite fancy. You have all sorts of animations and titles and so on that you can get. And I guess some of this is paid for content, and other is time limited content that you can get from doing events and so on. So my ship isn't very special. I haven't bothered with any of the flag patterns or the sail patterns and so on that you can add to the ship. But then you have these surroundings, and they are quite pretty, and it's atmospheric to sail around here. And if you, at least in the beginning, when you play it, you have mainly short distances that you travel, so you get to watch the environments, and there are also some I'm not sure if minigame is the correct name, but some things that you can click on while sailing that provide you with a small increase in the food supply or the number of sea men that you have on your ship and so on. And here we can see, so we are traveling. Some places are perhaps significant differences in price. Here you see that food prices are quite low, and here the perfume prices are high. So you can do a little bit of this thoughtful trading where you buy stuff cheap, such as here, and then you go somewhere where, let's see, there's probably a place where food is expensive. Yes, here you can buy some food here at 50% off, and then sell it over here where it's 300% higher than usual. So trading is really a big part of this game, and if you don't enjoy this, it probably that this game won't be that amusing. But I would say that the trade mechanism in this game is quite forgiving. So as long as you travel far enough, you can sell whatever you bought at a quite a premium to what you bought it for. So it's easy to earn money by trading. You just ensure that you have a long enough distance, and then you can earn money simply that way. So now we are, 2 days away from Lisbon. And you can see this is, it's not a town, it's probably, not quite sure what that is. There are some things that you can find if you follow the coastline and study it closely. So some of the discoveries are found simply by traveling along the coastline. Here we have example of something we can pick up, but we didn't have enough storage space. But simply just sailing along and clicking on things and looking at surroundings is, at least in the beginning, an enjoyable way to play the game, I thought. Sail the same route 100 times, it's perhaps less entertaining, but now we're getting close to our destination. Here's something else to click on. These sometimes give us something nice, and other times just kill off sailors, such as this time. And of course, if you end up with too few sailors to sail your ships, you will have problems with sailing, as in the speed of the ships will be reduced and so on. So here we are, arrived at our destination. And first, let's finish our mission. And that allowed us to complete this task, part of the daily tasks. We got a little bit of adventure fare. And let's go to the market. Try to sell. sell nothing is very high, but we can manage to have a little bit of profit still. As you can see, there's a tax percentage here, and this is also something that varies depending on which country you come from and where you trade and so on. And here we have the negotiation mechanism. So this depends on the skill of those that do the negotiation. And let's pick up another mission. Let's see if there's something interesting. Perhaps we can do this one. Combat mission. And going to civil is convenient. So this is basically one way to play the game. You pick up something to sell, and then you pick up a mission that takes you in the direction you want to go, and in this way you can earn XP both from the missions and money from the trades. And this, I would say, is really big part of the gameplay, at least as I have played it. And as you can see, since I'm on the Asia server, you have most of the characters are either Chinese or Japanese, and same with the chat. So it's large point Japanese or Chinese. So if you want to go into communication and talk with other players, then the Asia server is perhaps not the best choice, but still it's the one I have chosen. Now we are in civil. Let's have a look at the combat mechanism, shall we? And this can also be handled automatically. It's not extremely exciting gameplay mechanism, and I have a weapon that is strong enough for me to win in most of the time, so I have just set it to auto. There's much point in playing it manually. Since we are in here, let's go to Palace, since this is the nation that this character comes from or belongs to. And we can get royal orders, which are these missions that either just provide us with some XP and some minor stuff, or allow us to progress these titles. And there's a little bit left for me before I can try another one of these missions. So you can buy some rewards also. So again, this is limited by weekly, or yes, looks like it's all week. And it's also limited by your level, I think. So Admiral title 10 or above. So it's necessary to be a high enough level to buy some of the more fancy things here. And this is really a big part of the gameplay. I guess what's most interesting addition to this is ship-to-ship combat. So let's just go out into the sea again. And we can See, we are a pirate. So let's attack him. And as you can see, my combat power far exceeds the combat power of this poor pirate. So this ship combat is also, I would say, a big part of this game. And it can also be done automatically, as with most of the mechanisms here, and at least in most of the battles. In some fights, you need to do it manually, but for example, such as this one, where the enemy is so underpowered, there's not much point in actually doing this myself. So it's just simple to let the game do it, and that's basically a big part of this game, as you when you have played it for a while, and that's you can simply let it go on auto and play itself. You can even change these battles, so you can set it to fight 10 battles, and then it just does everything, finds the enemies, fights the battles and so on, and then you can just watch if you want. And same with the sailing. You can just set the ship to sail to a given location, and then it travels by itself. So the way I look at it is that I'm the admiral or the company leader that decides where everyone should go and what should happen, and then my underlings just make it happen. So sometimes, especially during story missions and so on, I might do some of this myself, but generally I just let it go on auto these days. And that's most of the main things, I think. And just return here first. Okay, so here we are back again. And one of the mechanism that I almost forgot that's related to the inns is the mechanism for romancing the inn employees. And not all of the inns, but some of the inns have an employee that you can meet and that you can try to, I guess, bribe with gifts and tales of your journeys, and generally try to chat with and hopefully gain their interest. And these employees, they have some quest storylines related to them. So I have already befriended this employee, so you can't see it here, but usually you have this bar here, and when this bar has reached the max level, you can go on a quest for them, and this storyline in some way connects usually to their background or goals and so on, and then you get a little bit closer to them, and that's what I have done with this person here. And these missions are also quite entertaining, I think. And I would say that they largely fall into this category here. I haven't done all of these employee missions, but I have done most of those that exist in this area and in this area, and largely they can be done without any requirements. You have some that have limits on company level, and some that have you need to have a fleet or certain seaworthiness or a certain combat level, but mostly this is content that is fairly easily accessible for anyone, and quite enjoyable, I think. So you can achieve the seaman's fantasy of having a girlfriend in every harbor, more or less. If not every harbor, at least many of the harbors. So that's quite entertaining. And then we have, I think it was, yes. You have this mechanism for exploration, basically, where you, for example, can see, you can discover the world map in these areas. Here are parts of the world that I have not discovered, but the rest are areas that I have discovered. And then you have these exploration thingies. So these round things here are various historical or similar locations of note that I have found. There are some of them that I haven't been able to complete, usually because they have some kind of precondition connected to them, but many of these I have completed. And then the the, um, the missions that are related to fish and things like this, discovering species and so on. And what you can do when you have discovered a lot of these is to go to, say, for example, the Franco estate, and I have an agreement with the Franco estate. So when I discover something, I go to them and report it, and in return, I get some well, essentially a type of payment that I can use to buy various stuff. So 38%, so you can see there's quite a bit of the map that remains. Let's report this, and we get some XP, some fame, and a little bit of reward. So now we are at 40%. And we can report discoveries. We have lots of discoveries that we haven't reported. I've reported in a while. What is? Select all and report this. So now we got some more points. We have a 94 rank at this estate, 548 ranking worldwide. So these ranks expire, I think. So you can't have the first rank forever. But you can see that there are quite a lot of people that have done much more exploration than me lately. And these we will be using for other things, so we'll just leave this, and then we can see. I think there was okay, so we just got money for it. I thought there was something else also, but my recollection is obviously not correct. So I don't usually go very often to report these things, as you can see, since there's quite a lot that had accumulated. So let's check how our adventure score is going. We have almost enough to progress one more level in the quest line related to the title for this character. So a good idea to from time to time check in with, in this case, the Franco estate, which is the company that I have an agreement with. And the reason I chose the Franco estate is that they feature in storyline of this character. So when I finished the storyline, I ended up with taking an agreement with this estate. And yes, so that covers a lot of it. And go back to this place. So one of the more significant things that remain that I haven't looked at in any detail is the fleet. And you can have 3 fleets. I primarily use the first one, it's one I use when I travel around. And the number of ships you can have in a fleet depends on a company level, and I got the last one at level 55, so the latest bump I got in fleet power was fairly recently. And this means that this is probably quite close to the highest fleet power I will likely get after this. It will only be by very small gradual increases based on getting a new item or something that increases the power of the various ships. And if we see here, you can see that the ships are quite high level mostly. So we have one that's level 20, 19, lowest one is 14, and all of these ships are ships that I have gotten either by playing through the storyline or playing through events or similar. So these are all ships that I have received. And meaning that I haven't done anything more than just playing the game to get them. And if you look at, so there are some parts that they are equipped with, and these are also things that I have largely gotten through events or from doing things like you have this mechanism for combining gear, so you can upgrade lower level gear to high level gear and so on. So the gear that I have equipped on these ships in the fleet are also things that I have not paid any money for, so it's mainly things that I picked up while playing normally. And if you look at the rank of this fleet power, I'm at the top 4.77% of combat power for all the players on this server, and you can see the one that's highest is over 1 million points. So it's quite a distance between there, but still just playing normally, I have managed to gain the upper 5% of the combat power for the fleet. And I'm not sure if this, I think that perhaps just counts the, let's see, if we look here, 342, and this one is 345. So I'm not quite sure if this, I doubt this includes these other ones. So this one is 178,000. And this is 45,000. I haven't really been using this. You can see that I still have an unused slot there. This second fleet I've used a little bit. You have this dispatch mechanism where you essentially send your second fleet away on some kind of mission, and this mission takes, for example, 4 hours, and you get some rewards, or in some cases money, and basically this is again some randomized mechanism. And depending on the level, the rewards that you can get differ, but for some of these, like the market research, you can get money, and this thing that I usually send my second fleet on lately is for getting money, and I get 10 million each time, and this is every 6 hours if I go through and check this regularly. So I get 10 million just by clicking here every 6 hours. So you can fairly easily get money quickly in this game when you are of sufficient rank to be able to have a dispatch fleet. So but for this fleet here, which is the one that I'm sailing around with when I'm playing, is mainly constructed from, or it's only constructed from ships that I have gotten in some kind of way, and it's not ships that I have built myself. And if you go to the shipyard, so you can see that the highest level that I can build is level 13, and the lowest level of the ships that I have in my fleet is level 14. So if I start building ships for my own fleet, they will necessarily be of a lower level than those that I already have. However, and this goes into the shipbuilding mechanism in this game. So you can see that for these ships here, for example, I have so-called level 20 in this ship, and I have understanding level 8. And this means that I have built around 20 ships of this type, and building ships increases your blueprint level, and then actually using your ship after you have built it. And that's it doesn't help to find or get a ship. You need to build it first and then use the ship you built. And you can increase your understanding level of this ship type. And basically, by increasing these levels, you can make modifications to the ship, and in this way improve it in various ways. So I haven't really experimented much with this. I have mainly been grinding these levels, and this is again an area where I have started here. I would say that the first 4 ship levels are in this area, and you can see that I have level 20 in all of these. I have also level 20 here, but when I reach level 5, the pace at which I could build ships with significantly decreased, and the reason for that is that let's say if I go in here, you see I can purchase the parts that are needed to build this ship. But if we go to level 5, we can no longer purchase parts. So you need to have the parts before you can try to build them. You also need to have blueprints. And this is where you start to get into the RNG mechanism in this game. So, and you start getting drip-fed content. So you quickly get into this area here and this area here. So I'm can build level 13 ships, and this is already somewhat costly, and it takes somewhat time consuming, more than 1 day. But if you look at some of these here, you have level 21, you require an achievement, you require all these parts that I don't have, and I don't have no blueprints, and it's over 2 days in construction time. And you have 20 levels that you potentially can gain in building these, meaning that you at least will have to build these 20 times, maybe 40 times, perhaps more. I'm not quite sure how this increases, but at these high levels, you cannot build ships quickly and simply. So this one is buildable, and that means that I have all the materials, and you can get materials from various places. In some cases, you can get it from the part store, and you can see this has a weekly limit on 1 keel, medium keel, and this one also have weekly limit of 30, 15 here, and 5 here. And if you look at um, level 5 ship, see that you need quite a lot of these to need 60 of these to build one ship, and 30 of these and 10 of these. So you will, if you are going to purchase from just this one store, you will have to do this over several weeks. Of course, you can go other places, but then you run into various limitations. Some towns, they don't have these parts. Other towns, they have them, but they don't want to sell them to you because you are associated with some country that they are not at peace with, for example. There's also this black market mechanism. So if you go to an item store at night, I think I showed this previously. If you go at night time, you can have a random chance of finding something. So here we have 5 medium keels, for example, and 10 rosewood. And you can see that these require these blue gems. So you are starting to get into the part of the game where content is being drip fed. But if you go to the store here, I think that you can purchase lots of let's see now, cheap materials. So we can purchase vouchers, and we can purchase materials. So and we can also purchase, I think, something related to possibly you can also purchase something that speeds up construction, or that you can use red gems to reduce the time that you need to spend to build a ship. So here there's a very clear difference between using playing the game and getting the content, and actually paying just to get it at once. So, and if you grind combat, you can also get some of these. So you see Beechwood mast. There are some shipyards where it's possible to buy these, but you might not be able to buy them in all of these. And still, if you manage to find somewhere there you can purchase them, the numbers you can purchase are quite limited. And then you have black market, some places where you can purchase on the black market. And there are some loot areas here where you can possibly find a couple of pieces if you win combat. But again, there are all these different types of gear, and you might want to have a specific one for building the ship that you need. So here you can see there are all these different types of materials, and you can also see that the numbers that you get are quite different. For some of these cheaper ones, you get more than of the more advanced ones if you have these vouchers that you can get in various places to provide you with additional parts for your shipbuilding and so on. And you get these frequently. Let's see. Um, we have the monthly attendance. This is the login awards, and you can get, for example, by logging in, you can get some of these voucher types, and they are similar for these events that they have where you can get. Okay, so then no vouchers here, but you can get these by just playing also. But of course, they're limited in number, and if you look at these here, you can see that there's a number associated with them here. So with this one, I can get up to parts up to building level 19 ships. But I can also get parts for the lower level. So these are the most accessible, most easily available parts. I can use them for these also, but if I spend these vouchers that can give me high level gear or parts on ships that are much lower level, that means that I basically wasted the chance to build these higher ships, and I have spent quite a lot of these lower level vouchers that I had grinding these level 5 ships. So I didn't start building ships when I started playing. It took a little bit before I got going, but these 4 levels they went fairly quickly. Could progress quite fast, but level 5 ships, getting to level 20 on this, it probably took me, I don't know, 2 months or something. And this was mostly because it was not so easy to get all the parts that I needed and so on. And I think they also made some changes to how you can build ships. So I think the shipyards that can build the different ship types have been changed somewhat. So now for some ship types, you need to travel quite a lot. So you can see that this one is mainly built in Europe, and we go to this one, for example. This this can be built many places. And Sambuk, for example, mainly in this area. So you might also need to travel around a little bit, and in some cases you might need to invest in the um, the towns, the shipyards, the towns that the shipyards are in order to be able to build the ships. That's my experience of building up to level 13 ships. And you can see I reached level 2 here. So I build a little bit of these and a little bit of here and there, but I haven't really been able to gain any significant level of any of these blueprints that are higher than level 5. And there are also Eastern type ships that I haven't looked at all. I have level 2 in the Eastern shipbuilding type. So this is something I haven't experimented at all. And then there are these special ships that probably are difficult to build. And there's lots of shipbuilding related content. And you have these improved variants. So then you first build this ship, for example, and then you can build an improved variant of this ship that requires this original ship to build it, and then it costs you 100 of these blue gems. I haven't really done much of these either, so this is also something I can do, I guess, to grind this level a little bit higher. So this is a place where I have quite definitely reached this area here. And this is also one of the areas where I will probably do a major change in how I do things from now on. So I started out grinding these, leveling up these blueprints. But since this approach that I have taken so far is not feasible, I think from now I'll just try to build those that I can, and ideally try to build these high-level ships. And at some point in the not too far future, I will try to replace all the ships in this fleet with the ships that I built myself. And I think there are some benefits to this, apart from being able to customize the ships, and I think there are some XP benefits or something, but I haven't really looked into it much. So that's probably one of the major changes that I will do to how to play this game in the near future. And that means that this fleet level that I have now will probably be the highest that will ever be. So because as you can see, these ships are quite high level, but I will probably never be able to build a level 20 ship, for example. That requires too much grinding. So I have reached level 13. I'll probably be able to reach level 14, and maybe a little bit higher than that. But these high level ships, are probably out of reach from what I'll be able to build. But I should probably be able to build some level 14 or 15 ships, for example, and then have those as part of my fleet. And the benefit again of having this is that I will be able to increase this understanding level, so should gradually be able to increase the level of the ships. And yes, so that's I think these ships also shipbuilding mechanism is all a major part of the gameplay in this game. And apart from this, it's mainly things I haven't spent much time or done much with. You have there is some kind of pets. I don't know how you get any pets, but you can get pets. There is some kind of voting mechanism, some mechanism for becoming a prime minister of a town or a country and so on. And I see that there are some that do this, and I have not looked into this at all, and I probably wouldn't be voted prime minister even if I tried. So I guess that's fun for those that do that kind of gameplay in this game, but I haven't really looked into it. So okay, this is probably the yes. So this person was elected prime minister, and I think he was the only one that was available to vote for, and you get some kind of gifts, bribes, what you want to call it, when somebody is voted prime minister. So that's nice, and so there are all sort of stuff. I haven't really looked at it at all, so I don't know anything about this. And then there's a guild. If you are going to play this game more or less long term, joining a guild can be beneficial. I created my own guild, which was not a good idea, but I was curious how that would work. And my guild is level 3, And you can see that the XP required to reach level 4 is quite significant. So I probably want to reach level 4, and this has an effect on, for example, the type of content you can purchase through your guild store. So this required guild level 5, and so I can't access those. This one requires guild level 4. I might be able to get this one eventually. And similar here, you have crafting, which a lot of these require guild level 5 or 8 and so on. And there's been added a new. So you have some kind of assault thing that I haven't tried yet also in this game. And it looks like they've added a new one. And yes, so also this one here you have benefits related to having a higher guild level. And the guild level comes from experience, and experience comes from the members of the guild essentially doing daily tasks and so on. So you can get 100 points from attendance. That's basically logging in. You can get 1,000 for combat, trade, exploration, crafting, investments, and so on. So as you get these points, you can get guild currency, and you can use this guild currency in the guild contribution store and so on. So if you are going to play this guild, it's probably a good idea to join a high-level guild at an early point, since you only get these when you are part of a guild, and you can only purchase these from the guild store naturally if you're actually a member of a guild. And apart from this, I guess you have the achievements, and I think they perhaps provide an indication of how much of the content I have been able to look at or to enjoy from the playstyle that I have used. And adventure, these are somewhat varied, but some of these are related to discoveries. Discover gray whale, that's probably a fish. And you have locations and so on. So there's still quite a lot of places and things that I haven't found. Cities, you can see the cities here. I have done most of this, and I have been through most of the maps, and I can probably reach much of what remains if I choose to do so. Mates, I have about 1/3 of these, and there are various achievements here that are related to owning various characters that I don't have, but there are also other achievements that are related to the levels of the mates and so on. So I it's not necessarily 1,000 mates of which I have 1/3, but there are also some other achievements here that let's, for example, here achieve a total level 60 for this one character, name character in these skills. So there are achievements that are not only related to the number of characters. And then in its investment, I haven't really done anything related to this at all almost. I have invested a little bit in a small number of towns, and that's it. Again, investment is something that you can do with money you earn through the game, as I think also at least on some of the servers you can buy credits that you can use for investment. Then there's trade. I mainly traded things that are expensive, and it means that there still are items that I haven't traded. So I have quite a few of these again. In the shipbuilding, you can see from the blueprints that there are quite a lot of ships that I haven't built yet. And of course, this achievement, you can see that it's own 3 of this ship type without using the auction, so you can't buy yourself to these achievements at least, so that's nice. And then there's combats and this various combat related things. Some of these are related to winning over named pirates, and let's see if we can see some of those. No, not at the moment, but there are some pirates that roam these waters that you can see when they are in the vicinity, and they are a little bit more difficult to beat than just a regular average random encountered pirates. And I've done only one of those. So it's also something I still haven't done much of. And I guess that's more or less it. So there are still things in this game that I haven't discussed and that I haven't touched much during play, but I think I have gone through what I have had most enjoyment from and spent much of my time on. So, closing up, I guess I should add some additional comments, some tips. You get some. This is the pledge reward, so I got some stuff here. If you log in regularly, you also usually get some gifts during the day from the game. So checking your mail in game before the new day starts can be useful. You have these very modest gifts that you get for free every day. And then there is another thing, all these red dots that are everywhere, and especially in this thing here. And the way that I treat this is that, that's quite a lot I haven't received yet. So some of these red dots can just be ignored. If you look at these here, for example, most of these are, I guess you could just say, ads. So this first one, it's usual to visit every day when it's there. So this is typically event related. This one is automatically triggered when you log in. And then you have some event related, and then there's the privilege things. And I think when you start playing the games, there will probably be quite a lot of red dots here. But as you play, gradually these disappear, and they are typically related to daily tasks. So if you log in, you say a little bit, complete adventure request, combat request, trade request, you get some points for these. And when you reach a new level here, you get either some blue gems or some mate tickets usually. And if you're only going to play for a short while, you can just ignore these. These are only relevant if you actually are interested in these tickets or these blue gems. And the blue gems can be useful. It's usually used for lots of maintenance related stuff, but I would just not worry too much about these, at least if you are just starting out. So they can get a little bit noisy. This one here, so you can donate, and I guess that's what it's complaining about. Yes, that was it. So yes, let's go through these. So there are all these. You can see the promotion. I have I got a few of these extra of these things here, which allow me to promote a couple of the mates. So let's do that. And you see, I use 90 to promote this mate here, and that's all I could promote. So these resources are drip fed, so that you can only promote a small number of mates each day, usually, if at all. And I had some trade achievements. Some task rewards. Traded a lot of stuff. So in the weekly, you get one of these superior mates tickets, one superior icon ticket. So you can get a small number of these tickets for the store, even though you don't pay, but it's quite limited in number. And yes, I think that was it. So I have gone through most of what I wanted to talk about, I think. So just one note, I guess, closing. And what do I plan to do in the future regarding this game? And I will probably currently grinding the adventure experience on this character, and when I finish that, I will perhaps change to one of these other admirals, possibly this one, privateer character. And as I noted, I will probably try to start replacing the ships in the fleet with the ships that I've built myself. And when I get tired of watching number go up, I will and probably play to the rest of these. And then there are some other pirate characters, and I will probably try to purchase these pirate characters that I want to play through, and then when I have done that, update this review and do a pirate review of the storylines for these characters also. So this will probably be something I have to pay for, but since I had quite a lot of enjoyment in every many hours from this game, I don't feel bad about throwing some money their way for some of this story content. And that's basically it. So I had a lot of fun with this game, and I will probably play it for some more. And if you think it looks interesting, well, it's free to play, which is both a blessing and a curse, but at least it's possible to try it out without investing anything but your time. And with that, I will close this video, and thank you for listening, and goodbye. Goodbye.